Welcome to this new tutorial. I'd like to show you all today how to bring in a model, a biped in this case, and give it a simple rig using the quick rig tool, which is really very easy and lots of fun. After that, I've got a little added extra for you that I think you're going to have so much fun with. So let's get started. I'm going to choose a female character. So I'll just double click that to bring it in. There you can see my character here. She's not in the T stance, and so, but I'll get to that in a minute. So to start, I want to click on the quick rig icon here, and just change this to none. Make sure this says none up the top here, so that you get these tool options, these creation tool options. And I'm going to use the quick rig tool, which brings me to this window here. Alrighty, let's get started. So the first thing we need to do is we need to add, start a new character rig. So we're going to add a new character rig. So it's called quick rig character 1. And instead of one click, which doesn't always work that well, we're going to do step by step. And this takes us through the guide. Now, with your geometry selected, I'd like you to press the plus button to add that character in there, this mesh. And in here, this the guide. So Maya's going to set up guides for us first, and then create the joints and the skeleton and the controls off these guides. But what it does is it has a little list of options here saying, well, is it a perfect mesh? Is it watertight? Is it imperfect? Is it just complete rubbish? Or, you know, which one is it? So the default is imperfect mesh, and I think that one works quite okay. So if you don't quite know, I think this mesh is actually probably perfect. But if you don't know, just stick with the default there. It does work quite well. And then in here, there's guide settings. It's going to set up 3 guides for the spine and 1 for the neck and 1 for the shoulder clavicle, so that you can adjust those if you like. All right, so we can go create or update here. So let's do that. My object, my character is in, like I said, it's not in the T stance. It's the arms are slightly lowered. So I'll show you how to adjust for that in a second. Create, update. And Maya puts in these guides. Now you can see that they're not all perfect, like the wrist is a bit low, the elbow's a bit low, probably the toes might be a bit off. Let's have a look. I'll just go into one of my orthographic views. So let me see, I'll go, yeah, and let's have a look at the feet first and maybe raise these ones up. So I'm going to go to the right side and raise that up to about there. Maybe just move it over as well a little bit. And then instead of adjusting this one on the left, I'm just going to click this little button and it will adjust that for me. So these might be just moved in very slightly, something like so. That seems to be okay. I'll just go to the top view and let's fix these. I think these aren't quite in the right spot. I'll move that back, and I'd move this back and go to my front view. Yeah, move them, I think, up a little bit, and this one up a little bit. That's probably better. And then make sure that we just click that button for the to mirror the sides. And let me just double check that it's done both of those. Yes, it has. So it's done. It's mirrored both those guides over, not just the selected one. So then I'll go, I think, let's assume the rest is in pretty good nick. I'll just check the side here actually for the knees. See, the knees look a little bit low actually. So let me bring that up a little bit and maybe out a little bit. And there we go. Adjust the other one. There we are. That's looking pretty good. Alrighty. So that looks pretty good to me. So once we've done that, we can go on to the next step, which is the skeleton and rig generation. So in here has some skeleton settings, and this T-stance correction is where we can adjust for the arms not being in the T-stance. So just make sure that's enabled. It should be by default. So T-stance correction, mirrored behavior, and we'll get a skeleton and a control rig. So let's create update. It's a very simple process. And there you can see I've got, let's have a look. You can see that I've got a fully defined skeleton that has been, let me just show you this on this left hand side. So let's open this one. It's a shift to open them all. Shift, hit the plus key, and it'll open everything. So you can see that Maya's gone ahead and done all the naming for me, done all the right names for all the bits and pieces, and lined everything up, and the whole thing is green, which is good. Green is good, right? Green means that your rig is ready to go. So at this stage, we have this. Let me have a look. At this stage, if I select this, I can move the skeleton forwards and backwards, right? I can pick up the feet, and it's bending the knees quite nicely, yeah. And I can, let me come around, rotate the arms, and the arms are working quite nicely. So it's all looking pretty good to me. So the last thing that is left to do is to come into the skinning section. So we've added the guides, adjusted the guides, we've created a skeleton and a control, and the definition's looking green over here and the controls are looking good. And now we need to simply skin it. So we'll go create, and this will attach the character to the actual rig. There we are. And so now if I go and move this, you can see that the character is moving with, which is great. If I go up and down, wonderful, right? So one last really fun little thing, I can put the quick rig tool away. One last very, very fun thing, you're really going to love this, is if we go again to our content browser, so Windows, General Editors, Content Browser, not the only way to get there. And if I go to Animation, Motion Capture, FBX, let's choose something. Oh, the flip, I haven't seen that. I'll double click that to get that flip in there. And it's there, you can see it's calculating the keys, the values. Just 1 second, here it comes. There we go. Okay, cool. Now if we play this back, let's have a look. Flip. Yay. Alright, I probably need a few more frames there. Give myself 180. There we are. Okay, cool. I actually need 150. Let's change that. There we are. Okay, cool. So how do we apply that animation in this rig to the our quick rig? It's very easy. We're going to go back over here to our human IK, and we're going to click on, make sure that the quick rig character is selected as a character, and in the source, instead of the control rig, I'm going to choose the where's my flip? My flip 1. There it is. Now I can hide this. I can hide these. I don't really need to see them anymore. I can turn that off, and I can hide this as well. I don't need that. Let's collapse that, and there we are. Just line that up, and here we go. Beautiful. That's it. Thank you.